what they bake.
Well, we put you on the spot, and that's what, it's hard to come up, I mean, like when somebody puts you on the spot, it's like, you can't.
They sometimes just
Yeah.
come out of nowhere.
Yeah, but I can't think of anything.
You got stories, Mom. You do.
We'll write them down and then tell them to him
Give
next
them
time.
to Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like even just like growing up, you guys didn't have electricity.
No, I had
You
electricity
didn't
when I was
have
12
running
years old.
water.
I got
mean,
the REA come through there, and in them days there wasn't restaurants every place, you know, like McDonald's. They didn't have anything like that. So Mom, the head guy come to see if Mom would cook for him a noon meal while they were putting the poles and stuff in for the REA. So Mom made a little money that way, you know. And I can remember Mom when they come to our house to put they wired our house and put plug-ins and stuff in. Of course, all the houses were papered. They didn't paint them in them days. And I can remember Mom placing, taking a pencil, you know, and marking the plug in here and the plug in there and the plug in over there.
where is she?
And she had a lot of, she had one pretty lamp with a Aladdin lamp. And it was a gas, you know, they pumped it up, you know. Well, this one she had it converted into electrical. So every time we plugged it in, come on, you know, it's so pretty. It had the prettiest shade. I wonder whatever happened to that lamp. I don't know.
Oh.
But anyhow, we got electricity when I was 12 years old. And I'll tell you, the best part about electricity was a two-way switch. That is something that just fascinated me, this two-way switch. I turned it on at the house. Well, we had a machine shed probably from here to Patty's house down there. And I'd run like heck to the machine shed, and I'd turn it off, and the light go off. And then I'd turn it on, and they go on at the house. And I'd run like heck to the house to see how. I never could figure out how we got
How did that happen?
How that happened.
Kind of like your garage light.
Yeah,
Right, Mom?
kind of like the
Yeah,
garage light.
the
Yeah, you
garage
come in
light.
here and turn it off, or you
Uh-huh.
can turn it on.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a wonderful invention. I could,
Yeah.
and I was I'm pretty old, 12 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. What year did you get electricity?
Well, I was born in 28, say 12 onto that.
Oh.
That'd be 1940, right?
Yeah, be around in the 40s, I guess.
Wow.
The REA come through there.
Probably one of Roosevelt's public works projects.
Yeah, and they had a lot of, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Dad got a milk machine, and my goodness, we thought that wasn't, because, oh my God, I hated to go out and milk cows when it was so cold. And,
Yeah, the milk.
Yes, and if I was old enough to date by that time, you know, and I'd sit there and I'd come in late, you know, and I'd sit there with my head against the cow like this, you know. Well, to teach us how to milk cows, my Grandma Smith, which would be your great grandma, she would give us each a penny a cow if we, you know, would milk a cow. So I got up to 12 cows a day. You know, I mean, I'm milking, well, it'd be 24 cents. That'd almost be a quarter a day. And after I got up that high and knew how to milk cows, so she quit giving me the money. See, it was meth to her madness.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that taught me how. But a penny a cow, that's not very much.
Not now, it isn't. No. Especially when you go to Walmart and buy the milk. Yeah.
Oh, but it was cold.
Wisconsin, heck yes. Cold.
Cold.
The underwear, I remember you talking about the underwear
Oh.
you guys had to wear.
We had to wear long underwear.
Long johns.
And the underwear come down to your ankles, you know. And Mom is so good at folding. She'd fold them over, and then we had to wear pull them long stockings up and hook them with a garter belt. And I could never get that fold down around my ankle. I'd always had a big old bunch down there, you know. I mean, it never would fold right. And so when spring come, that was the first thing Shirley and I'd want to get rid of is our long underwear. And one spring come, and I don't remember Shirley was in on it or not, but I said, I'm going to take my long underwear off. Mom said, no, winter's not over with yet. You still better keep your underwear on. And I said, no, I'm going to take my underwear off. this winter's over with and summer's on the way. Okay, she says, I'll bet you a month doing dishes, a whole month. You gotta do dishes for a whole month if you lose. I had to do dishes for a whole month. Because winter was not over with.
Oh no, that's
But,
funny.
oh, I hated the underwear. Oh, I hated that long underwear.
Why? Why did you hate it so bad?
I hated it. I just
Yeah?
hated it. Well, it bunched up for one thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, I would hate
Yeah.
that too.
And then you had to wear them long stockings over top of it and it bunched up more.
Oh God, I know it.
You never had slacks in those days. You didn't wear slacks. You wore
So
long
tights
stockings.
or
Yeah.
yeah. We got a lot better. We had a lot better. But I do remember when we moved here, that was the first time my mom and dad got a color TV, 1969. That was our surprise.
Yeah, that
They
was
kept
it.
telling me and Connie and I that
We had a surprise for them.
Neither one of us were happy about moving. Dennis was just a kid, 8 years old.
He was in second grade.
Yeah, so he didn't really care.
He didn't care.
But Connie and I did. We were cheerleaders. We had friends up there in high school. We didn't want to come down here.
That's for sure.
But that
Down here with these hillbillies, look at them.
Yeah.
They wear white socks. That's what the first thing that they said when they come down here. They weren't even down here. We were just looking around for a place to buy, a house to buy. And we stopped out there at the Dairy Queen. And when you guys got back in the car with your ice cream or sandwich or whatever, look at that, look at that. They're all wearing white socks.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Oh, yeah. You thought that was
Hey,
awful.
Look at what she's wearing right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got black socks on.
But no, I do remember, back then too, they were called deck tennis shoes. And really all they were was just like a cheap tennis shoes with the stripe right here, and I remember somebody at school was making fun of Connie and I for wearing those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. But it was like a whole different world for Connie and I to come down here. Whole different happening. Well, like you went to 1 year of Davenport and then you went your sophomore year.
Except it was a welcome change.
Yes.
too.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But we made
Davenport,
friends fast. We did.
At Davenport, if you don't make friends with the right people, then you get like beaten up or stabbed or shot. Sort of things that go on in the West
Mhm.
End. It's horrible. It's in Chicago nowadays.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I'm glad I'm out of there. I'm glad that he's out of there. Yeah, I'm glad I'm out of the
That's
Quad
bad.
Cities.
Well, not too long ago, someone got shot at the Kimberly Street Walmart.
Oh my God.
Well, it was a long time ago. I don't remember all the details, but
Yeah, but you remember the best part.
it was a family reunion on the Smith side, and we had the 4 little kids. Then they were all they all was playing, and we had it at the Fenimore Park. I guess that's what they called it, Fenimore Park. It's still there anyhow. I asked Shirley the other day about that. Anyhow, we all, they called us all to eat the dinner, you gotta eat your potato salad, and all that. And pretty soon my cousin Leroy McKinley, he still lives in Fenimore. He was the same, he's about a year younger than I am. And so, I would say, I guess his little brother was born then too, so, but we were all little kids. I mean, we were little, they were little kids, weren't you? Anyhow, he come back to our picnic table with an ice cream cone.
Sound like they were like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or 6
They were-
maybe. I don't even know if they were all in school or not.
Now, where did he get the ice cream?
Well, that's
Okay,
what I'm
see,
going to
this
tell
is
you.
good. Yeah.
Frederick, his cousin, my cousin, we were all 3 the same age. We all run up to him and said, "Where did you get that ice cream cone?" And he said, "Well, you go over there to where those people are over there, and you stand in the line, and just walk through the line, and they give you an ice cream cone." he didn't know him, and nobody knew him, but some of our kids were on there.
And the people over there had kids.
They didn't know who they were. The kids, you know, you don't know, you know. So we all went over and we stood in line, got an ice cream cone. Of course, our parents probably didn't notice, you know, they were busy visiting, you know, they didn't pay no attention. We were on the swings and, you know, stuff.
Being kids. Being kids. I think it's funny. And then the other picnic over there didn't even know them, but they just, you know,
Well, you would.
they didn't
you
know
would.
all the kids that they had.
You know, they were
probably.
dishing out ice cream cones to their kids, to the family reunion people.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny.
It was funny. I guess now it's funny. At the time, I don't know. I guess those people would, if we'd asked for an ice cream cone, they probably would have gave us one.
Yeah, they'd been nice enough. to
Yeah,
do
they
that.
probably would have.
Yeah.
That looks like the hat Grandma had to straighten after she looked over one way while driving her car and bumped through the grass and back onto the road.
Yeah.
I don't think she wanted us to tell Dad or anyone about it. I always did that with my fingers. Guess between Grandma's driving and Dorothy never letting me ride her tricycle, I was just a very nervous kid.
For heaven's sake. Well, when she was born, I went and hid my tricycle.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a stairway, you know, that went up and then underneath there. And I went and hid it under there so she couldn't walk till she was a year old. She was just born. Yeah. I think that is the hat. Grandma said when she got done coming out of the ditch, her old bonnet was like that.
Was Louisa not the best driver?
Well, she talked a lot and drove, you know, one of them drivers, you know, and she just sort of went in this ditch and over across the road and in that ditch and out of the other, and then we went on down the road. Of course, in them days, the ditches weren't deep, very deep. They didn't plow them like they do now. Anyhow. Yeah. So she must have been about 3 when you say she's about 3 there. So that would make me 7. So I'd be 7 years old. Yeah, you can see my legs how scarred up they were. Yeah, I remember that picture, honey.
Her farm was in Stitzler, right?
Her farm wasn't. Her son's farm, my Uncle Leslie's farm was in Stitzer. Her farm was right next door to Grandpa and Grandma's in Fenimore Township, Grant County. They lived in Grant County, the farm. My dad's farm was in Grant County and Grandma's farm was in Grant County. They were next, just like us here with Shannon, you know, next door to each other. So we seen Grandma a lot.
I found a lot of neat pictures of her.
Did you? Yeah.
She had really long hair.
long hair.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. She was telling me about her, Shirley, this afternoon. I was telling her that you'd gotten a phonograph. And she said, well, her phonograph has got really thick records.
I know exactly what she's got.
Okay.
It's an Edison phonograph.
What is it, what?
It's an Edison phonograph.
Oh, I don't know. She
They
didn't tell me
play,
what kind it was, the name of it.
About 1/4-inch thick records.
She said it's got really thick. And I said, well, I saw yours, you know, and the ears weren't they were normal, I thought, you know. I didn't think they were real thick. So, can they play them on the thick, can they play the thin ones on the thick record players too?
No,
They won't play on that?
no, they don't work between
Don't
each other.
interact together?
No.